order. And let me just preface by saying this is my first time running one of these, so bear with me as I try to navigate it. And I apologize in advance for any bumps, but and thank you for any for your patience as we go through. And so I guess I'll start with Vicky or Kim, if you guys can do the housekeeping reminders.
I'll do it.
Great, thanks.
Welcome to the Legal Services Trust Fund Commission Eligibility Budget Review Committee meeting. Thank you for joining us. We will begin shortly. We are using Zoom with a goal to foster a more inclusive environment and effective meeting. If you would like to make a comment during the meeting, please type "I have a comment" or "I have a question" in the chat, and a message will be sent to the host. Alternatively, you can also use the raise hand feature. In an effort of transparency for all those joining this public meeting, whether by phone or by Zoom, we request that you refrain from having side conversations on chat about the content of the meeting. Again, the chat feature is utilized simply as a tool for you to virtually indicate that you would like to speak in order to help the chair facilitate the meeting. Going forward, this meeting and all trust fund and committee meetings will be recorded and posted on the State Bar's website. As a friendly reminder that this meeting is a video conference, and please be aware of your surroundings behind you. For those joining Zoom using a computer, when on mute, hold down the press bar and you will be temporarily unmuted. If you use your phone to dial into the meeting, please make sure your computer's microphone is on mute so to avoid any audio feedback issues. And while joining via computer, it is highly recommended if an individual loses audio, they can call in separately using the Zoom conference number. Thank you.
Great, thanks, Kim. Do you want to do a roll call?
Sure. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Connolly?
Here.
Oklagi? Bales Fightmaster?
Here.
Bennett?
Here.
Blakemore? DeBose?
Here.
Delfino? Friedman?
Here.
Mann?
Here.
Meeker?
Here.
Myers? Plantold? And Savage. We have a quorum. So I'll just quickly run through the liaisons and State Bar staff as well. Selena Copeland.
I'm present. Good morning.
Bonnie Huff.
I'm here, thanks.
Christine Ganon. Mark Tony. Tuan Nguyen. Christine Holmes. Here. Brady Dewar. And Judy McManigal.
Here.
Great.
Okay, thanks, Erica. I guess next thing is public comment. Are there any members of the public that would like to identify themselves, make any comments? Nope. Okay, and I assume, Kim, there's no one that's like waiting or anything?
Correct, no one's waiting.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, let's go ahead and move to agenda section 3 on the approval of the meeting summary and actions for the November 13th, 2020 meeting. Is there any discussion or any concerns about the summary? Everybody's cool with it? Okay. Does anyone want to move to approve the minutes? No? I'll make the motion.
I'll go ahead and do it. I'll make a motion to approve.
Good job, Pamela.
Okay, I'll make a motion to approve the Friday, November 13, 2020 minutes.
Great. Anybody second?
I can second.
Oh, James got it.
You hold on 1 minute. This is
Louise Fightmaster. I'm trying to, I think I abstained on a vote here.
Oh, okay.
On the Silicon Valley. I think my name doesn't show as abstaining. Maybe somebody can find it faster than I can, but.
Item number is that?
Law Foundation of Silicon Valley.
No. What item number? Or is it 4 or 5?
Minutes. Oh, I see. I think it's been 5 because that's where we would have done the vote, right?
Okay, it's okay.
IOLTA, yeah.
Right.
It says that
there was
abstained.
The last thing is the motion passed by unanimous roll call. And then Bennett abstained, but I abstained. I should have. I'm sure I did abstain on that.
Okay.
Yeah. Pamela, did you abstain as well?
Yeah, that's a good catch.
Did you abstain, Pamela?
I did.
Okay.
But they kind of pushed us together.
Bennett, Bayless Fightmaster. I mean, you know, they're real similar.
Okay, so with that revision, adding that Louise abstained as to Law Foundation of Silicon Valley. Are there any other errors?
Anything else? No. Okay, so with the, so Pamela, it'll be your motion with the amendment. So Louise flagged, and Jim, you're okay seconding that still?
Yes.
Okay. Can we take the roll call vote?
Yes.
Thank you.
Connolly?
Yes.
McClogy? Bales Fightmaster?
Yes.
Bennett?
Yes.
Blakemore? DeVos?
Yes.
Delfino? Friedman?
Abstain?
Mann?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Myers? Planthold? And Savage. Oh, Kim, you're on mute.
I just signed on, so I missed the discussion, so I will abstain.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? I abstained because my name was not listed as being present, even though I thought I had been there, and now I see it. My name, in fact, and a vote. And so I was correct. I was present. I just need to be added to
Okay.
the list of committee members, and I will vote yes.
Okay.
With that amendment.
Sorry to interrupt.
No.
Okay. Sorry, I'm not sure if we need to run through that again.
Okay, so sorry, this is a great start. So we have the amendment in adding Louise for the abstention, and now we need to also add Corey to the people who were in attendance.
Yeah.
Would it be cleaner for us to do the motion again with those 2 amendments?
Yeah,
I'd appreciate hearing the motion, so possibly I could move from abstaining to supporting it, and we have the numbers we need.
I make a motion to approve the Friday, November 13, 2020 meeting minutes with the correction of adding Louise. I don't want to mess up your last name, young lady. Bales Fightmaster to the correction in item number 4. I'm sorry, item number 5B, as abstaining from the Law Foundation Silicon Valley, and then also the addition of adding Corey's name as a member present under the members list, as committee members present for the meeting. Was that clear enough? Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody want a second? Jim,
I'll second.
Oh. Horrible. We will go through our vote again.
all right. Connolly?
Yes.
Cloggy? Bales Fight Master?
Yes, and Fight Master is fine for simplicity.
Okay. Thank you. Bennett?
Yes.
Blakemore? DeBose?
Yes.
Delfino? Friedman?
Yes.
Mann?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Myers? Planthold? And Savage?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Great. Okay, I think we can then move to updates. Erica, do you want to discuss the monitoring visit updates?
Sure. Just going to share a PowerPoint that we'll refer to throughout the meeting. So just a quick overview of the agenda. We went through the meeting notes. I'm going to give a quick update on grant agreements and monitoring visits, and then we'll get into the substance of the budget revisions and carryovers, as well as the 2022 application cycle. So the update on the grant agreements is that we have 99 out of 100 completed and submitted, so that's great. We have one that we're finishing up with some edits and hope to get that in soon. One change that we made this year that was really helpful in smoothing out the process was creating a grant agreement template for law schools, which frequently it had to have revisions given sort of their unique structure and not being a standalone nonprofit. And so we just decided to make those updates permanent in creating a new template for them, and it's gone over very well. So we're happy with that change this year. As far as monitoring visits, we have 40 to conduct in 2021. About 6 or 7 of those are actually from 2020 that weren't completed during the calendar year, as we had to cancel and reschedule a bunch of visits due to COVID-19 and when we were trying to figure out how to conduct these visits in a virtual environment. So now that we've done that, we're planning on continuing for the foreseeable future doing them over Zoom. We've done 4 so far this year. Another 14 have been scheduled. I know some of you may have already participated in monitoring visits in the past, but we really encourage committee members to attend one or more if you wish during the year. Hopefully you find it helpful with your work on the commission or just interesting to get to know more about the programs. So if you do want to join us on any of the visits, the list on Smart Simple is available. When you log in, there's a tab for all the site visits, and it has the dates they've been scheduled for, the staff that's assigned to them if you want to get in contact with them to let them know that you want to join. If you don't know how to find it or having any trouble with Smart Simple, then you can definitely contact me and I'm happy to walk you through it. And yeah, we should be scheduling quite a few more in the next few weeks. So Herman, I see that you had a question.
Yeah, those 4 visits that you've already completed, how did they go and how was the virtual process?
Yeah, they went pretty well. I conducted 2 of them and it went pretty smoothly. It's different. I think they go a little bit quicker when you're doing it over Zoom, but had no problems with connecting with staff. We've learned a lot about how they've transitioned to working from home and still providing services remotely. Organizations have been able to talk about sort of the way they've conducted clinics online or continued to do intake over the phone. But they're definitely, feeling some challenges there as well. But it's been going well. I think the biggest drawback probably from staff's perspective is that we can't, especially when they have clinics, say at courthouses or just even at their offices, we used to like to observe those and we can't do that currently. So there's a little bit of a loss there, but all the other information is there and we feel that we're able to, conduct a complete visit just as you would in person.
Were you able to get more information during the virtual process than face-to-face?
I don't think so. I am a newer staff member, so in comparison to people who've been here for a few years, the number of visits that I've gone on is probably comparatively smaller, but every visit I've been on, I found staff to be very, open, wanting to share their experience, and, also being very open about the challenges that their organization might be facing and what they're doing to fix any issues or seeking support. So.
Okay. All right.
Are there?
Oh, sorry, I was just going to say same question. Any other comments or questions about the grant agreements or the monitoring visits? Okay. If not, I guess we can move to the fifth item on the agenda, the IOLTA and EAF budget revisions and carryover requests. And some late submitted ones that we need to consider. So I'll turn it over to Erica again to provide us with some information on
that. Sure. So as you all may recall, we went through a first round of budget revision and carryover requests back in November. At that meeting, all of the requests were recommended for approval by the committee, and then the commission did approve them. In that first round, I believe the committee needed to review about 33 or 34 requests. Since that last meeting, we've had 21 more requests come in from 12 organizations, and about half of them require committee review. So just a recap of sort of what triggers committee review. Anything less than 10% of the grant award is considered self-executing, and organizations can make those revisions or carryovers without prior approval. Anything between 10 and 25% of the grant award is reviewed by the Office of Access and Inclusion and can be approved by the office. And then anything above 25% of the grant award requires the committee's review. And so about 10 or 11 of those were on the spreadsheet that was provided to the committee for your review that we'll have to go over today. Some of the main themes that came up in the narrative explanations that we saw for needing these revisions and carryovers were organizations that are, dealing with situations where they want to avoid layoffs of staff. Others stated that they have a certain amount to carry over because staff left during the year and they had trouble filling the vacancy, and so they had more cash on hand than they expected. Some funds were underspent by others because they may have received paycheck protection loans or some other emergency funding that, due to the terms of those loans, they needed to prioritize spending them sooner. And so they were left with more IOLTA and EAF funds at the end of the year. And then a number of submissions indicated the concern about the drop in 2021 funding in IOLTA and wanting to sort of soften the blow there. So those were some of the main reasons that we saw for these submitted revisions and carryover requests.
Erica, Pamela has a question.
Sure.
Always push that too soon. I'm sorry. And I definitely want to make sure that I'm asking. Let me see. So my first question is, I put it in the chat, and I'm going to click enter this time. I just wanted to basically find out, were there anything that they were able to accomplish? I know we were all kind of last year pivoting and making adjustments and doing a huge balance act. But I just wanted to find out if they were able to make any accomplishments over 2020. And my question comes from the actual question in the application process, and it asks, how will they ensure their target demographic will be served? So were there any programs that shared that with you all? How they kind of work outside the box? Because earlier you mentioned about how they were doing phone calls. So were they able to make any accomplishments with their clients over the year?
Are you talking about in relation to the monitoring visit piece, or?
Yeah, well, no, just any one particular program, if they were just able to make any accomplishments at all last year.
I mean, I think most programs were able to maintain a level of service delivery that was close to what they were doing in person, or potentially even more efficiently. They were able to streamline some of their intake processes and, you know, create ways for potential clients to indicate interest without having to walk in, for example, to their clinic. And so I can't think of one specific example, but I would say that
one kind of stand out in terms of how they were really trying to just make that happen. So,
I mean, I think they all were really doing their, you know, their very best to do what they can under the circumstances. Yeah, but I'm sorry, I don't have one like off the top of my head. But.
All right, thank you.
Corey?
Thanks. I just had a question on the PPP because that's obviously a reason for plenty of carryovers, and I think that makes complete sense. But it was discussed in this committee previously that last time we talked about the PPP loans, that it wasn't clear how the forgiveness was going to be treated and when it was, normally forgiveness would be considered a taxable event. I mean, I guess these are nonprofits, so that's not quite the same term, but what was going to happen with that money if and when it got forgiven and when it was going to get forgiven. And I see Selena is offering to answer that. So because I realized that it might wreak some havoc on budgeting since there was so much uncertainty about it.
Selena, do you want to share your thoughts?
Happy to share our own experience because we also applied for a PPP loan in PPP round 1. And we're a small-ish nonprofit, and our PPP loan was at the $100,000 threshold. I understand many folks in our community actually got much larger PPP loans. At least for us, it has not yet been forgiven. Our bank has not even opened up the process yet. I check the bank's website literally every week, and they say we should get the application tools in March, is what they say now. So I think a lot of our community has not yet had the loans forgiven, but it's been pretty clear that it will be a pretty streamlined process. And the delay from the banks is because they are hoping that the feds make it easier to forgive the loans. But for our, we've already been through our audit, and our auditor has said it will be, currently it's a liability when we closed our fiscal year, and the liability will be forgiven in our current fiscal year is how our auditors are treating it. I think the complication for a lot of programs is that there's PPP round 2. And so many organizations maybe do have PPP round 2. There's also, I mean, just for people who like the numbers, many of us took advantage of the Family First Coronavirus Response Act leave for our staff. So we were able to offset some personnel costs and some healthcare costs in health insurance for the calendar year 2020. And then they extended that through March. And so now we're still going back into that world where we don't even know how much, because maybe it'll be extended again. And then there's also an employee retention credit, which is quite significant, but has a different threshold. So there's a lot of pots of funding that people can temporarily pop into, but because the federal government is changing the rules, even after something has happened, they may say, oh wait, you can go back to 2020 and look at your numbers and ask for more forgiveness. I think some organizations may be in a flux position for the next 6 months even. And that's my experience, but I think like Erica or others may have heard from programs if they're doing something even more robust.
Okay. Thank you, Selena, that was helpful. Erica, is there other information that you want to share with us?
No, I mean, I think that's probably the best example that I've, in terms of giving a good overview of the potential impact.
And we add a tickler to our agenda to revisit it in 6 months or sooner. Just have an update, because her information was very vital in me understanding more about where that's going, because we did ask the question earlier. We know that it was not going to be a positive impact on budget because the monies for the PPP was for staff related. So there was a one-time use type of a spending for it. So
yeah,
I think that topic of the conversation may be relevant in our as well in the later agenda thing about our policy for 2021. So I want to, Pamela, if we can reintroduce that when we talk about that policy as well. I think that'd be really important because it seems like there's a lot of flux issues. Zuhair, I see you have a hand raised.
Thank you so much. You know, I guess just kind of adding to all of this, just in terms of some of the financials that I've been looking at, that so to Selena's point, that where the PPP loans were living on an organization's book was in the liabilities category. So it was helpful for cash flow, but it was living on the liability section of a book. And so then once they've been forgiven, because organizations, it's being forgiven at different time periods. So some entities, it's already been forgiven. And so when you look at their budget for this year, those budgets now show a revenue line item that shows PPP because it's moved from liabilities into the revenue category, but they don't have any more cash because they spent the cash last year. And so I think for each organization, it's going to be very different and very complex, just as Selena said, because there are so many things that are changing, and it's the difference between the practical reality of what's in your checking account versus debt that you owe that will then move over. In terms of where it kind of, how it applies to our work, I'm looking forward to the conversation later in the agenda in terms of really thinking about what that means, you know, as organizations are trying to wrap their own brains around what for some of them is a very sizable amount of money and how they're understanding it. So thank you.
Yeah, I think those raised really good points. In fact, they may have less money if it's a taxable event, right? Because if they have to pay taxes on the loan forgiveness. Okay, any other comments on the financials part? If not, Eric, is there any other, I know there were some particular ones that you wanted to draw our attention to, or
yeah,
as far as requests, or any other information you want to provide us?
Sure. Yeah, so as you all know, there was an agreed flexibility in 2020 as far as the amount and the percentage of potential revisions and carryovers, you know, allowing spend down over the whole year instead of the first 2 quarters, entertaining requests for very large revisions or carryovers. In the instances where we saw requests that were above 50%, staff is deferring to the committee on those because, you know, even though that flexibility has been messaged, historically, we haven't had as many requests that are above that percentage. And so staff didn't feel like we had a precedent when making a recommendation on those. So in this round, there were 3 requests that were either at or above 50%. One of them is actually fairly small in dollar amount. It's about $45,000, but it was a smaller organization. So that's why the percentage was high. And then the other 2 are for Asian Americans Advancing Justice Los Angeles, which I'll get to in a minute. We'll have to talk about them a little bit more in depth. But the other requests that came in that are worth noting were California Rural Legal Assistance. I'm mentioning them because they actually were on the spreadsheet in the last round of requests, and the committee and commission approved their carryover, which was 34% of their award. The reason it came through again is because they subsequently made a budget revision that fell between 10 and 25% of the award. So our office has approved that budget revision, but it had an impact on their carryover, a very slight impact. So now their carryover amount is 35%, but I did just want to note that this isn't new. It's very similar to their previous request. It just was sort of a very nominal increase in terms of the percentage. We had another request that came in late that was not in your spreadsheet from Legal Aid of Marin. We learned when going over some reports for the 4th quarter that though they were in the last round and they had an approved carryover from the last round. Sorry, this is kind of small, but they were approved for 54% carryover in November. What we learned was that they are carrying over more than what was previously approved. And so it's actually a 69% carryover. And we received some follow-up information from them yesterday about it. And so since that's kind of small, I'll just read it for you in case you can't see it. Their explanation says, "Thank you for the opportunity to request on behalf of Legal Aid of Marin permission to carry over additional IOLTA funds to 2021. The commission approved legal aid of Marin to carry $49,968 into 2021. We would respectfully request to carry $14,358 additional into 2021. 2020 was a remarkable budgeting year with a large number of unanticipated crisis response funds to manage, in addition to staffing up to meet the demands of the COVID-19 crisis while also maintaining prudent reserves and being careful not to overspend. At the time of the carryover request, we anticipated that crisis response staff in our employment law practice and supervision of them would be paid for with IOLTA funds. While those efforts did occur, they were instead paid for with other crisis response funds. In these ongoing uncertain times where the crisis in our client communities continues, but new emergency funds are not immediately foreseen, allowing legal aid of Marin to carry forward the additional $14,358 would support legal aid of Marin's ongoing capacity to meet our community's continuing housing and employment law needs. You know, unfortunately, I apologize that this wasn't in the spreadsheet. As I said, it came in late, and but it is in line with some of the other requests that we've received in terms of organizations learning, even after they had submitted a previous request, that they had other emergency funds that they needed to spend first. And so we are, you know, we're deferring to the committee on this one, but just as a reminder, you know, that every request over 50% at the last meeting was recommended for approval. So that is legal aid of Marin. And then the other request that came in was Asian Americans Advancing Justice Los Angeles. They actually submitted their budget revision and carryover request on time. And so staff apologizes that this should have been included in the last round and was not due to an oversight. We had some staffing changes in the fall, and this oversight occurred during that period. And so they did submit back in November, and their revision and carryover requests are for both IOLTA and EAF. What we learned in reviewing the requests is that a significant portion of their budget revision was actually a correction to the budget rather than changing what they're planning to do with the money. So they had included certain renovation work under other in their line items rather than capital additions. And it is actually a capital addition. So they corrected the budget, which accounts for a significant portion of the budget revision. We received documentation from them yesterday on this point. So that's why it wasn't something that we could share with the committee. But the reason kind of going over this in more detail is that they are requesting, with IOLTA and EAF combined, $442,000 towards capital additions. And so that triggers the real property guidelines that have been gone over in previous iterations of budget proposals. So anything above $5,000 or 5% of the grant award requires the committee and commission to approve spending that money on either real property purchases or capital additions. And the organization should demonstrate that it's going to enhance their operating ability and go towards you know, services that are in line with the requirements of the IOLTA and EAF grants. So what I can say is that this is the list of what they're proposing to use the money for. And they submitted several quotes or scopes of work related to these different items. And they told us that they haven't signed contracts for all of these yet because the work is going to be done later in 2021. But I can say from the documents they submitted, the amount matches and the purpose matches what they're saying they're going to use it for. So the total amount, as you can see, would be $830,000 in improvements, and a little over 50% of that would be paid for with the IOLTA and EAF funds. So we just wanted to make sure that you know, the committee was aware that there was also this built into their request, the capital additions. Zahira?
Thank you. For this particular organization, so with the spreadsheet and with this additional amount, is it around $2.4, $2.5 million that they're carrying over?
Let me take a look real quick. Their carryover is about 1.5 if you combine IOLTA and EAF.
Okay, so this part doesn't get combined because when I'm looking at the spreadsheet, I see a carryover amount of about 1.2 million,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and then one that's around 400,000. And
Correct.
so then what you have here on the spreadsheet, this is encompassed in these two amounts and not in addition to, is that right?
Correct. So this is, so they're proposing of that 1.5, 1.6 million to use 442,000 of it towards capital additions. What this is on the screen is sort of the breakdown of the capital additions they're proposing. And so they're expecting to use other funds as well to ensure that these renovations occur. So of 830,000, 442 would come from IOLTA and EAF. But yes, the carryover that you mentioned encompasses the amount that would go towards these renovations and improvements.
Other comments or questions from the committee? I have one question, which is for Marin. I just want to make sure, can we vote? I just want to make sure we can vote on them consistent with like Bagley Keene and all that, since they weren't like on the spreadsheet. So I just want to make sure if we think we have enough information for them, are we okay voting on them?
Yeah, it's my understanding that you can. When we get to the proposed motion, I had modified it to indicate that it was mentioned during today's meeting and doesn't appear in your meeting materials. So
just so everybody knows, agenda items just need to give people notice about what's generally going to be discussed. You don't need to say, for instance, what you're taking a vote on. You don't need to specify that. They have to give people a general idea. It can't be just, bullet point meeting, but you wouldn't need to give that kind of level of detail in an agenda.
I look forward to our Bagley Keene training in our next meeting, which I'm sure will address this. And I just want to confirm too, the deadline that was originally set in November, that's not codified. We don't need to make any findings as far as these being late submissions.
Yeah, that's right. We did set a deadline for administrative purposes, but there is no actual rule regarding. It's not like, for example, with the application process that audits are due on May 1st, unless they get some sort of explicit extension. There is no rule that says, budget revisions and carryovers have to come in on a certain date. So as long as they are in line with the grant requirements, there is no restriction on that.
Got it. Do we expect more to come in?
I don't think so. I haven't heard of any other inquiries, but I hesitate to say definitively. Yeah.
Any other comments or questions from the committee?
Are there any concerns about these capital expenditures for Asian Americans advancing justice? I mean, the listed purposes seem perfectly reasonable, but I just thought I'd ask if there was anything that staff saw in their review that caused any concern.
Yeah, so, all of these proposed additions, like I said, they were in the wrong line item, but they were approved as part of the original budget. And so it was sort of,
right,
seen as appropriate at the time. And now we do have documentation supporting that the amounts that they've budgeted for. So I haven't heard any concerns from the staff who are assigned to the program with the explanation they've provided thus far.
Thank you.
And the Inland Empire Latino Lawyers Association, that you're deferring to us just because it's over 50%. Any concerns about that one?
No, That was the one that I mentioned. It's actually the dollar amount. I think it's about $45,000. And so, you know, I think maybe that's something to have a conversation about as well in terms of, you know, the percentage can be quite high for smaller programs, whereas you might have a low percentage, but a high dollar amount for organizations that receive a significant amount of funding. So this was just based on the percentage, but I don't think we have concerns about the carryover amount.
Okay. Zigara, your hand's raised.
Yes, thank you. For Asian Americans Advancing Justice, you know, the organization's gone through some transitions. I mean, do you have a sense of how they're doing right now?
Yeah, they hired a new CEO in the fall, and they seem to be kind of leveling out in that respect. I don't have a ton of detail, but I do think that it sounds like they've been sort of working pretty steadily to resolve some of the issues that they've had more recently. But I unfortunately don't know all the details of where they're at the moment.
Any other comments? Erica, do you have a proposed resolution language for us?
Sure. Yeah. So, you know, assuming that the committee wants to approve all of the requests, this would be the proposed language incorporating the two that needed more attention today because of sort of the late information that was received. So.
Would anyone like to make the motion?
I have a question first.
Sure.
Erica, am I correct that for Asian Americans Advancing Justice, it was almost a technical correction on where they provided the information?
Yeah, so I mean, I'm
right.
Sorry, go ahead, Kim.
So the motion to me kind of lumps the two together, and yet legal aid of Marin's, it is the carryover request, but Asian Americans is not really a carryover, it's something else. I'm not trying to get, you know, too compulsive about this, but they are different. So I just wonder if we need to, for the record, describe Asian Americans a little bit differently.
Yeah.
But
so
if you think technically from the staff's perspective, it is a carryover request, then I'm okay with it. To me, it sounds like something a little different.
It's both. So
okay.
The budget revision, the percentage or the amount that you see on the budget revision, a significant portion of that is comprised of this change, not in what they're actually doing with the money, but the change in the line item. But they did also propose a carryover. So using the capital addition funds in 2021 because they hadn't been able to spend it in 2020.
Okay.
So
okay, all right, thank you.
Yeah, sure. I think the main thing was that because it hadn't been in the spreadsheet, that we hadn't brought it to the committee's attention that it is also falling under that real property capital addition guidelines. So that was kind of the distinction.
Okay, thank you.
I'll just make a little quibble, and maybe this isn't a big deal, but as far as the language on the motion, I'm a little concerned about saying including the oral update. Maybe we could say like as well as. Including sort of sounds like it was on the spreadsheet.
Right.
That might be being a little bit voyeuristic, but I just want to reflect that it's one and the other. Okay. Any other comments or questions? Would anybody like to make the motion?
I'll go ahead and I'll make it and I'll read it as it's presented here. Recommended motion, the Eligibility and Budget Review Committee recommends to the Legal Services Trust Fund Commission approval of all budget revisions and carryovers in excess of 25% of the grant awards listed on the spreadsheet provided to the committee, as well as the oral update regarding legal aid, a Marin carryover request, and Asian Americans Advancing Justice Los Angeles capital additions, including at today's meeting.
I'll second the motion.
Okay. Great. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you, Kim. Should we take a roll call?
Sure. Connolly?
Yes.
McClogy? Fightmaster?
Yes.
Bennett?
Yes.
Blakemore? DeBose?
Yes.
Delfino? Friedman?
Yes.
Mann?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Myers? Plantold? Savage?
Yes.
The motion passes.
Okay. So the next thing that we sort of previewed this in our discussion on the 2020s carryovers is what our approach should be for 2021. And Erica, I'll turn it over to you because it sounds like there's some information that we need and to give us kind of an overview of what we're going to be discussing.
Sure. Yeah, so just to frame the discussion a little bit, you know, as we've discussed already, that there was sort of that very broad flexibility in 2021 given sort of the extreme circumstances brought on by the pandemic, and you know, allowing the spend down over a longer period of time, leniency with the 75% personnel to 25% non-personnel typical budget ratio, and it's the same ratio for programs versus administration, that these were sort of viewed as necessary in light of the circumstances. And so given that flexibility, what we saw this year was 86 requests come in from over 50 organizations. We treat the IOLTA and the EAF requests separately. So some of these organizations requested, you know, revisions or carryovers for only one grant or another. But, you know, almost 50% of those requests required review by the committee or commission because they were above 25% of the grant award. And the other half were reviewed by our office. From what I understand, historically, that's a very large amount of requests that came in. That's not, you know, a typical for any given year. And so that was, you know, I think showed the importance of the steps taken by the commission in 2020. But some considerations for the committee in turning to this year's awards, you know, just a reminder that funds are typically intended to be spent in the year that they're awarded. Otherwise, you know, if organizations don't spend them, they would eventually come back to the State Bar and then be redistributed to organizations that are efficiently spending their funds as they receive them. What we're seeing, and you'll have a more in-depth presentation at the commission meeting, but what we're seeing is that the 2020 IOLTA revenue projections are a little bit better than we had expected, which is great, but they are still low. And so the award amounts for the next year will also continue to be lower, just as they were this year. And, you know, the pandemic is ongoing, but sort of the acute crisis that was experienced in the middle of last year, organizations have kind of started to adjust, reached a new normal under the circumstances, and are able to ramp up their operations better than they were maybe in the middle of the year last year while they were focused on transitioning. Two of the main things related to the ongoing pandemic, though, are that it's unclear exactly how long emergency funding is going to last. And the fact that we do anticipate there will be more demand for services when conditions improve and courthouses reopen, but exactly when the timing of that will be is still unclear. So there's definitely still a lot of challenges that we're expecting organizations to face, but that, you know, there is some ability to plan better than perhaps at this time last year. So staff would recommend that, you know, the committee for 2021 take these larger requests on a more sort of ad hoc or as needed basis. So I think, as was maybe alluded to prior in the discussion, and we'll come back to it, that, you know, there may be certain organizations that do need a larger revision or carryover, but taking the blanket approach that we did in 2020 is not what we would recommend at this point. It would be more paying special attention to the stated need or the unique circumstances of the organization as it presents its requests later in the year. I'll turn it back to Erica for the discussion portion though.
Does anybody have comments or things they'd like to discuss on this? Sorry, my computer just had an issue.
I think Corey.
Yeah, so I think this, I guess, does make sense in a lot of ways, in that this year is going to be very different from last year, in part also because we had we were dealing with the fact that we had just distributed a lot of money, and then the rates our plan de available funds started to go down. I guess I would say that I think the only thing we really know about the pandemic and what's going to happen is that we don't know. It certainly feels like things that, like, the light at the end of the tunnel is in sight, but we really don't know yet. There's the variants. There's a lot of uncertainty. I think we will probably know more by the summer, probably. But at this point, I just want to be careful that we're not giving the impression that we think that things are likely to be resolved, because they aren't, I think. Certainly the financial fallout is not going to be complete, but even the pandemic itself, I don't think we can bet on it. I bet on us moving on, even by the fall. So I just wanted to say those things. Interested to hear what the other committee members think about this proposal.
Kim, you have a comment?
Yes. So given what Corey has just said, I'm wondering if this committee has to make a decision at this time, or we could, or it's premature to be making it right now. And I guess that's something for staff, for Erica to respond to, but at the same time, will we know much more in 60 days, 90 days? It's unclear. I also think that while we had kind of a broad brush approach for the previous year, I think we also did some case-by-case analysis. So it wasn't just a blanket nodding our head to every request. And I think that's a really important thing for you know, to be on the record about that. We did do diving in, certainly with the greater request. But I'm just wondering if this is the right time to be considering this motion, or if we need to do it now.
I agree.
So I think two things. One is that it's on the agenda for the commission to vote on as well later. So even if the committee, you know, isn't ready to take action, I don't know if the other members of the commission might feel otherwise. But the other thing is that we are getting, the reason it's on there now is because we're getting a lot of requests from organizations to get some sense of the commission's leaning or inclination this year so that they can factor that into their planning purposes. You know, whether that should be the controlling factor in making a decision now or later, I don't know, but that was the motivation for putting it on the agenda so early in the year, was at the request of organizations to just get a better sense of how, you know, where they stand in this respect.
Okay, thank you.
Zahira, I think you're up next.
Thank you. And, you know, I think part of it was just addressed by what Erica just shared, but it, you know, that was to my question or comment in terms of that level of clarity for organizations. And if now is a time where they're seeking clarity, that might be helpful. The other piece is that I do wonder that when we put these sorts of understandings out, if it's generally understood by the community that it's still subject to change. If something monumental happens in a few months, there may be a pivot that needs to happen. And I think if these are put out with the understanding that those pivots may still occur, we can plan with the information that we have right now, but we can't plan with information that we don't know. And unfortunately, over the past year, there have been so many things that we don't know, and it's just trying to make the best plan forward with what we do have a sense of. And then I think the last piece is that one of the big differences kind of going into this year versus last year is that what I'm seeing and what I understand for this year is that organizations, the way that they've had conversations with their boards and the way that they've planned has just been very different, because it's now not something that has happened in the middle of a fiscal year that has just shook everyone, and all of a sudden you're turning and doing this incredible change. It's more something that they're planning for. And so they're now, when they plan their budgets for 2021, it was a lot of planning of like, what can we anticipate based on what we know? And what are the types of services that we can deliver? And if we can't deliver them in X way that we're used to, maybe there's this like Y variation. And so I think what we're seeing are a lot of plan A's, B's, and C's from organizations because their boards and their staff have had more time to really think about how do we continue to meet this moment, you know, whether it's for another month or whether it's for another 2 years that we're in this. And so I think that organizations are planning. And so some of these, I don't think you could still see like huge changes, but I think a lot of organizations have tried to be really thoughtful about what their year looks like.
Great, thank you for that. Herman, I saw your hand raised. Do you have a comment?
I took, my question was answered.
Oh, okay. Just wanted to make sure. Corey, how about you?
I really like to hear your idea about making it clear that we could revise this if there was some future catastrophe, just because I think everyone's worried about that possibility. So what if there was an additional sentence maybe saying something along the lines of the commission will consider the direct and indirect effects of the pandemic and including any any, I guess I'm not really sure how to phrase it, because I was thinking to say anything unexpected, but everything is unexpected. But I'm sure someone can come up with some language like that, just as a sort of statement that, yes, we're doing it case by case. It's not blanket, but that's not the same as going back to baseline. Because we're going to be taking this into account. Does that make sense? What do people think about that?
Yeah, I mean, I'll just briefly comment that I think we could add something at the end that says, you know, with the understanding that this policy is subject to change as unforeseen events occur, something like that. That's one thing that we could add to it. Kim, you have your hand raised.
Yes. I like the idea of adding a line like Sahara has suggested. I'm not comfortable with the current last sentence with, you know, that it's the phrase special terms kind of makes me uncomfortable. So I know the staff's done a lot of hard work. I personally would like to delete the last sentence of the proposed motion and put in a sentence that has been suggested in terms of that the commission may find it necessary to, you know, consider carryover requests. You know, I don't know. I have to write it down, but you know, that we're gonna have flexibility, and that it may be necessary to change the manner in which carryover requests are reviewed, given the uncertainty of the pandemic. That was not the best phrasing, but.
Do we, and Eric, I'm sorry if I'm putting you on the spot, but do we have the language available of what we passed in 2020? Because one thing I wanted to just briefly raise is, to Kim's point, like we sort of tried to signal that we would be very flexible, but we nevertheless didn't like abdicate our responsibilities to actually review the requests. And so I just want to, I think, echo Kim's concerns that we're not like post hoc claiming that we didn't actually do the reviews that we needed to. We would just, the reasoning, we would be more open to different kinds of reasons for the carryovers, if that makes sense, I think.
Yeah. I did go back and look at the meeting minutes from, I think it was from May of last year, and I don't recall if the exact wording of the resolution is in there. I can try to pull that up really quickly. I don't have it in front of me. But, you know, I think it was something along the lines of like, you know, the commission will consider, you know, requests that propose a longer spend down, will allow spend down over the course of the whole year rather than the traditional first 2 quarters, and will, you know, entertain or consider requests that are larger than average, something along those lines. Like, it was, as you said, it wasn't saying that, you know, anything goes, whatever you want to propose, it's a difficult year, you can put everything out there. It was just giving guidance about the fact that these are some things we'll consider that we haven't typically considered, but we'll do so given the extraordinary circumstances of the year.
Yeah. I think, and Corey, I saw your language, and so can we save that until we get to rewording it? I wanted to get a couple other people's comments. Is that okay? Sure. And then Louise, what was, you have a comment?
I was thinking, you know, something relatively simple, because there are so many unknowns going forward, that something like the commission will continue to monitor, you know, the current situation as it changes over time and make changes as appropriate. You know, something that's pretty simple, because we can't probably identify, I agree with Corey, we don't really know where we're going to be in 6 months or a year.
Yeah, that's a good point. Kim, you had a comment, and then I think Pamela.
Yes, in the word significant, we have in recognition of the ongoing challenges posed by the COVID-19 pandemic, significant budget revision. I mean, do we define what significant is?
No, and I think that was, you know, when drafting this, it was, we didn't know what, you know, if the committee or commission would want to set a specific percentage or just leave it more open-ended, on like signaling that these larger requests, like I mentioned before, that anything above 50% is not, we don't have much of a precedent for that, although we do have a number of requests this year that were above that percentage point. So
I just think, you know, you got a bunch of lawyers out there and they're going to want to know what is annoying as we are. We are annoying. People are going to say, what's significant mean? So I just don't know what we should do about, we're trying to quantify, but on the other hand, we're doing it on a case-by-case basis. So maybe we don't want a hard and fast number. You know, they're tough questions for me.
Good, they're important though. Pamela, you had a comment.
Just a comment. I'm always coming back to I like what Zahara was saying about the deliverables. And when she said that, it reminded me again of what I asked earlier, but I'm still interested in knowing how the client is actually being served. I know we've all adjusted, made changes, but we still either made a phone call or conducted something via Zoom. So there was just not, everything did come to a standstill. And no, we had to kind of think outside the box in terms of actual client services. And that's what I really want to see more of, an actual program saying, hey, yes, we need the carryover, but this is how we've accomplished A, B, and C in spite of it. So that's why I said include the language, maybe as Zahara was saying, deliverables. So they know that that should be our primary focus, along with everything else.
Yeah, and if I could just say, you know, just, sorry if I wasn't clear on that point, we don't have concerns about organizations meeting, you know, the bulk of their deliverables. A lot of the carryovers, like I said, is because emergency funding came in and those needed to be prioritized. And also because 2020 was sort of a banner year in terms of funding. And, you know, but given the amount of funding this year, for example, I don't foresee organizations having difficulty meeting, you know, their spending amounts. So, and despite the challenges, organizations have been very successful in continuing to make sure that clients are served, whether it's over the phone or over Zoom. They continue to meet with clients, prepare paperwork, attend court hearings over Zoom. So it is still happening. It just required that pivot and transition period.
Zahara?
Thank you. And Erica, to your point, I mean, is it correct to assume that the work that happens in terms of like understanding outcomes and deliverables and whether an organization has been able to execute on the grant, that conversation is happening separate from our conversation related to the financial piece of what it means for their budget revisions? Is that a correct assumption, that those two things are, that the other piece is still occurring and happening, but we're separately having this conversation about the budget revisions, which has to do with the influx of funding that's happened based on the special circumstances of this year?
Right. Yeah. I think we're, you know, learning more about how the organizations are functioning through the monitoring visits or, you know, their year-end reports and evaluations. So, but the budget revisions, yeah, have more to do with, as you said, you know, I shouldn't say that across the board, that's always the case, but a lot of it had to do with responding to the pandemic in terms of either emergency funding, or they had budgeted for things like travel, and obviously that was not needed anymore, or they had budgeted for trainings, and a lot of trainings moved online and were either free or at reduced cost. And so just the way, you know, things changed around them, that it was, you know, they couldn't have planned for necessarily ahead of time.
Kim, did you still have a comment?
I think Erica answered it, which is that, you know, we get at how well the programs are serving their clients basically through other mechanisms, and not really through a carryover analysis. But I do think that some of that will just come out in their request for a carryover, in discussing, you know, sort of what they're doing and why they need to carry over. So I think some of that will come out, but there are other tools for evaluating, are the programs serving their clients.
Yeah, makes sense. So I guess what I'm not clear on is do we agree with the sort of premise that we're going to kind of be less liberal and generous and more more of a case by case? Because I sort of pulled up the agenda, I think, from like last May, and I don't remember if this is the resolution, but we apparently communicated to grantees an intention to, quote, consider carryover requests of 2020 IOLTA grants in any amount and on a liberal basis. And so that was kind of the language that we used. What's not, I want to sort of kind of take a straw poll. Are we want to pull back from that policy with the caveat that we may change if things change? Or are people not comfortable moving away from that policy? Or do we need to do this at all? Like, should we do a resolution, or should we just message? You know, I'm trying to get some people's thoughts on it. Corey, I see your hands up.
Yeah, so I think maybe we should think about the things that are kind of different and from last time around, and the things that are kind of the same. Mm-hmm. So one of the main things that's different is we're not talking about a shift from pushing out a ton of money one year and then a reduction. Right. So that's one major difference. And as previously mentioned, the fact that this happened in the middle of a fiscal year and people didn't have any plans for it, didn't know what was happening for months and months, all of that. But one of the things that's going to be the same is that there's going to be, as we've seen this issue with PPP money and other funds coming in that might need to be spent down quickly. And if there's a lot of that kind of funding, I think we're going to end up with a lot of these carryover requests again. And I think we're probably going to want to be quite liberal with them, because we want people to spread out the funds, because there may be a lot of money for 2021. And then when the pandemic ends, maybe the political taste for that funding is going to dry up. And then, of course, there's in specific areas of the law, there's going to be, like, I'm thinking of foreclosures and things like that. There may be an additional bump in need post-pandemic. So I think we're still going to get a lot of these requests for next year. So I guess I'm not really sure whether we want to abandon the previous policy. I'm also comfortable with going more case by case and stating that, and saying, you know, it won't be guaranteed. Whereas last year there was all these really extreme circumstances. As long as we, as previously mentioned, make it clear that those kind of things are going to be considered, and maybe we can even explicitly say that. because I think that's probably one of the questions people are going to have in terms of budgeting is, am I going to still be able to do the thing I did last year and take the PPP money because there's a second round?
That's a good point. Okay, so that we could sort of add something like, you know, special attention paid to standing for the change, such as emergency funding, or, you know what I mean? We can give some, you know, or including but not limited to, maybe something like that. Is that what you're kind of thinking, Corey?
Yeah, so the language I had previously suggested was after, will be considered on a case-by-case basis with special attention paid to the stated need for the change, including the direct and indirect effects of the pandemic, and maybe, and funding related to the emergency, something like that, so that it's clear that we still are conscious of the fact that there's going to be additional funding, and that particular reason is one we're going to look favorably towards, because I think we are, unless, I mean, obviously someone tell me otherwise, but of course I think we want, I mean, we're getting free money from the federal government. I think we want nonprofits to take that free money,
right,
and push our money on to the next year. So
you know, we don't want to be competing with PPP, like we're also short term. Spend our money, right? I don't think that's what we want to be doing. Catherine, you have your hand raised.
Thank you. And apologies for being a bit late, but and so you may have covered this. I think just for context for me as a new member, is there, so before we did this liberal approach, what was the rule before? Because it seems like in some ways we're trying to meet a more middle ground between the most liberal interpretation to how we used to do it, but I'm not sure I'm recalling what the rule used to be before we had the quote liberal rule.
So the rule has always been, or has been, you know, in the past few years, that anything above 25% is reviewed by the committee and commission. There is no limit on what the commission can consider. So, I mean, I think some years there is maybe even no indication of, you know, what the commission is looking for in these requests. And I think 2020, the reason that it was explicitly stated was to allay the fears of organizations about having sort of all these unexpected changes happen and not knowing if they were going to lose funding or if they had to spend it immediately. So I think it was very focused on ensuring that organizations could, you know, focus on providing services and worry less about this. But there is no limit on what the commission can consider. You know, there isn't a cutoff, there isn't a minimum. As I think before you joined, Catherine, I mentioned anything under 10% is self-executing. Our office reviews anything between 10 and 25% of the award, and then above 25% comes to the commission, but that's pretty much those the parameters. There isn't a lot of other guidance.
Okay, thank you for that. And then just one other quick question. So or a comment, I guess. I think the other counterbalance to the good opinion that Corey was expressing is, you know, just to pay attention to the political optics with the legislature, particularly when, you know, we're asking the Board of Trustees, you know, is supporting an increase in the 200%, and then there's sort of a corollary ask that LAC is making for additional money for that. And I think the more programs there are that are carrying over significant amounts of money is maybe not supportive of a request for additional funds. And that, so I just think the messaging, I guess, because I think we're trying to balance both. We're trying to be very flexible about people who weren't able to spend money for good reasons. They got a big PPE loan or something. But on the other hand, we're asking for more money, that we ought to kind of be clear, like, I sort of like this, it's individual will consider these things, but get away from the, we're going to just be as the message should not necessarily be we're going to be as liberal as we were before, because I think that will draw attention to whether there's a need for additional money. So in some ways, I think kind of the language that I don't know, the language that was there with maybe some of the additions Corey made, you know, the 4 examples, I think might strike the right tone, and moving away from the language that was here this year.
That's a good point, the broader context that we should keep in mind. The other thing I think, Erica, and I don't know if this is addressed here, is I thought prior to the pandemic, they had to try to spend down within the first 2 quarters. Mm-hmm. And we had sort of said we would be flexible about them spending it down over the whole year, right? The full term. Yeah. Board. Okay, is that, are we trying to message that that also is something we'll be flexible about?
I mean, I think what,
not, or like that's also part of the case-by-case basis as well.
Yeah, I think it would be encompassed by this kind of, just everything will be considered, you know, given the specific circumstances. I know, you know, historically that, you know, traditionally it has always been spend down in the first 2 quarters, except for this year. So I don't know. I would have to double check on whether that is a requirement anywhere. I don't think it is. I think that's just been the practice for so long that it kind of became institutionalized, but I'd have to, I'm sorry, I'd have to double check if it's actually, you know, controlling.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure we clarify that. Any other thoughts or comments on the wording?
It's Catherine, just one other comment. I mean, to that last point, I mean, is it, you know, the other thing that's trying to be managed, I think, within all of these funds is, you know, continue, and I think several people spoke to this as I was coming on, is kind of continuing to meet the increased need our clients have, or programs clients have for services. And it might be good in this language to have people explain like how they're meeting the increased need for service. So it may be that they got other money. I don't know. I mean, it's just sometimes like people should be able to explain how they're meeting the increased need for service if they're also, particularly if they're also asking for the ability to roll over a large amount of money. And maybe it's by demonstrating we did have an increase in service and we're just using different money. But I think that's a fair ask and kind of consistent with what I heard 2 people saying both in the chat and something when I came on, like, tell us how you increase.
Pamela was raising that issue.
Yeah, so I would add something explicit to say, like, you're doing this, we're going to consider it and we're going to be flexible, but we also expect you to tell us how you've been meeting you know, increased need for your client population has for services.
So yeah. How about, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, my only question to Erica was, is that something we can ask in this inquiry? Because I think that was one of the things we were raising when Pamela suggested as well.
Currently, when we, you know, when organizations submit their requests, there is a narrative section where it says explain the need for these changes. It doesn't specify, like, justify, you know, how you're still meeting your clients' needs. I think, as I think Kim mentioned, you know, a lot of times in the explanation itself, it does sort of capture what it is that they're doing in terms of service delivery and what changes they've made. I don't think we have explicitly said that they need to provide that type of, or that level of information. Certainly the commission, I think, could ask for more information if the initial explanation wasn't sufficient. But I can see if, I don't think Brady's on the call right now, but I can ask him to join if that would be helpful on that question.
I guess the question is, there's something that prohibits us, and I'm not really wedded to like specific language. Tell us how you're meeting increased needs. I mean, it could just be information about your client's needs and how they were met, like how you're, I mean, something that, I mean, that's the reason we all exist, is to meet our clients' needs, right? And so I guess I'm not sure there's anything in the, I guess I'm confused about whether there's anything in the statute that would say we couldn't do, like, couldn't ask about kind of how you're meeting client needs. And it could be worded in, I'm not wedded to a word, like,
yeah.
I don't want it to be, I certainly would not want it to be thought of in somebody answering it that there's an assumption they haven't met client needs. That would be wrong, because I think people work really hard every day to meet client needs. It's just, if you have a significant, if you're asking for 50 or 60% of your grant to be rolled over to a subsequent year, particularly in a year in which there wasn't this very significant increase followed by a pandemic, I just think there should be some explanation of like how that connects back to what your clients' needs, both what you were doing before and what you're doing going forward.
I don't know if this is helpful. Sorry, Erica. I was just going to say, a lot of the revisions, you know, again, I can't say this is in every case, but a lot of changes that we saw were actually moving funds, for example, away from, you know, non-personnel or administrative things into personnel because of, you know, increased need in terms of meeting service delivery goals. So, or, you know, maintaining staffing so that they can provide the same level of services that their community is accustomed to. So I guess that's an example of like where we do see, you know, what it is that they're doing to meet the need. I don't know if that would be enough. And this may have been before you joined the call, Catherine, but we also were talking about, you know, the ways that we know what organizations are doing in terms of the services they're providing through their evaluations, through their monitoring visits and interviews we conduct. So I don't know if, you know, getting the information through those means would be.
Yeah, I think however you get the information is actually fine to me. So I'm not wedded to how you get the information. It just seems fair to say to programs, like one thing you're looking at is how does this request tie back to clients' needs that resulted in you having money over, and then maybe it's how are you going to use it going forward, right? So I'm not really I'm not wedded to like how you asked for the information. It just seems important to let people know that's part of what you're looking at.
So on that note, I think Corey in the chat had put together some suggested language, which Corey, do you want to actually say? You kind of removed your raised hand, but.
Oh, sure. This doesn't quite get to what's being discussed, but I think it at least indicates that we want this, that this is something people should consider including, that the effect on clients. So with special attention paid to the stated need for the change, including the direct and indirect effects of the pandemic, related funding, and any increased client need.
That seems great to me. That gets to my point.
Yeah.
Thank
Pamela,
you.
how about you? Does that address your concerns as well?
I did read her comment, and yes, it does.
Great. Yeah. Well, I want us to be a little cognizant of the time, just because we have another meeting at noon and we have a few more things we need to address. Are we at a point where we think we can make a motion, and are we agreed on this, or do we need more discussion? Okay, seeing no raised hands and hearing nothing, would anyone like to make the motion?
Catherine, I'll make a motion to approve the revised language.
Anybody like to second?
I'll second.
Okay. Erica, you want to?
Yeah.
No. And thank you all, by the way, for this was a great discussion, and I think we came to a really good conclusion. I hope everybody's satisfied.
I'm sorry, I think there's a comma. It should be included. I just, instead of all the ands, I can't help myself, including the direct and indirect of the effect of the pandemic, comma, related funding, comma, and any I need.
The Oxford comma, very important when we're talking about legalese. Great.
Okay, so I'll go through the roll call. Connolly?
Yes.
Cloggy? Fightmaster?
Yes.
Bennett?
Yes.
Blakemore?
Yes.
DeVos?
Yes.
Delfino? Friedman?
Yes.
Mann?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Myers? Plantold? Savage?
Kim had to step out for about half an hour. Do we have enough quorum?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Can I just add one thing, which Erica, actually, I guess both Ericas, when we present this to the full commission, I think it also might be worth explaining some of the political background that Catherine mentioned, because that probably will be helpful to the commission as a whole, and anyway, they'll want to know about planned legislation.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I think there's a from a discussion I had with Dwan, I think the plan is to kind of give people an update about sort of what's happening. So this will fit in nicely, and it can just be a reference back to that depending on where they are in the agenda.
Yeah. Okay, let's move to the next big thing that we have to discuss, which is the pro bono allocation survey results and a policy for the test C. And so I think this is Judy Manigal is going to present a PowerPoint. Oh, there we go.
Great. Can everyone see that screen?
Mm-hmm.
Good. This is kind of a complex area. I am going to try to run through it quickly so that we can stay on our schedule. And I'm very open to questions if there are any. Where I'd like to start is just a basic overview of the authorities, then discuss some concerns that we heard from grantees. That's really the purpose of this presentation. And then I'd like to provide some recommendations that this committee can consider. Now, the IOLTA formula disperses funds with regard to qualified legal service projects and support centers, with 85% going to the legal services projects and 15% to the support centers. However, 10% of the legal service pot is set aside, and this additional allocation is available to organizations that recruit substantial numbers of pro bono attorneys, and as their principal means of delivering legal services, utilize pro bono. But what do substantial numbers and principal means mean? For that, we go to the Legal Trust Services Guidelines. The guidelines provide the details. And here, before you even can get out of the gate, you have to meet this threshold test of recruiting 30 pro bono attorneys, or recruiting 5% of the county's attorneys, or having pro bono attorneys that have donated 1,000 hours to you that year. Now, if you cannot pass this test, that's the end of the inquiry. You do not go to part 2, and your numbers for part 2 don't matter. But for those who do meet the threshold test, showing that they have substantial numbers, they then go to part 2 and must demonstrate that pro bono is their principal means of delivering legal services in each county where they're requesting the allocation. And there are 3 ways they can do that. Test A is straightforward. pro bono attorney hours exceed staff attorney hours. Test B is a little more convoluted. Pro bono attorney hours and paralegal hours exceed staff attorney and paralegal hours. And also, pro bono attorney hours are more than half of staff attorney and paralegal hours. Or there's this test C, and I've highlighted that here because that's going to be the focus of our conversation. Under test C allows the organization to describe and explain the method used to demonstrate that pro bono is the principal means of delivering legal services. So they can use their own formulas or methodologies here. And some examples where this has been used is in rural areas where there are smaller firms and fewer attorneys from which to draw. An organization perhaps where new staff that they brought on skewed temporarily the ratio of staff to volunteers, or organizations where wildfires caused significant disruption to staff and volunteers. Now, why is this important? Because the Office of Access and Inclusion heard concerns from several grantees about COVID-19's potential effects on their ability to meet the threshold tests and tests A, B, or C for grant year 2022, which is based on data from calendar year 2020. And in response to concerns, the State Bar conducted a survey of grantees in January of 2021. The data collected reflects and verifies the concerns that had been heard by State Bar staff. Now, of the 20 grantees who received the pro bono allocation last year, 35% felt they would have difficulty meeting the threshold test this year. Of those who met test A last year, 67% thought they'd have difficulty meeting it this year. And of those who met test B, 62% thought they would have difficulty meeting it this year. Now, why were they unable to meet these pro bono tests? The reasons were overwhelmingly related to the impact of COVID-19. 85% of respondents reported they had current pro bono volunteers, but they weren't able to take cases March to December of 2020. And at the same time, 77% reported difficulty in recruiting new pro bono volunteers. So based on these findings, staff wishes to consider how the committee might offer some flexibility to grantees due to the consequences of COVID-19. So let's go back to the guidelines themselves. Proposed changes to the guidelines generally are intended to go through the codification process. And the Rules Committee will consider any longer term changes for future years during the codification process later this year. For now, we just want to look at what we can do for the current year applications, and those are going out on April 2nd. Now, the threshold test here is fixed. It's 30 attorneys or 5% or 1,000 hours. Our hands are really tied there. But moving to part 2 of the test, test C in particular offers some flexibility because it allows the organization to use its own methods and explain to us that pro bono is their principal means of delivering legal services. And is test C ever used? Yes, actually. Last year, 12 out of the 30 projects were approved under the test C qualifications here. And that's why we're focusing our recommendations in this area. Now, we're not seeking to modify the threshold requirement at this time. We are recommending that the Commission utilize test C to take a really expansive view when considering the pro bono allocation applications for this year. And considerations may include, as they have historically, rural legal services projects that have an especially difficult time recruiting pro bono attorneys, organizations affected by natural disasters in their area, and a history of pro bono allocation approvals. If an organization was approved for the pro bono allocation in 3 of the last 4 years, it's really demonstrated a history of meeting the pro bono tests. This should be taken into consideration and given weight. Now, while any organization has year-to-year variance in its number of pro bono volunteers or hours, a dramatic change in numbers when compared to prior years is indicative that COVID-19 or other natural disasters were the main reason, or perhaps the only reason, for the change in numbers. Now, does anyone have any questions about this? I'll forward it to a proposed motion, but I do want to open up for questions and discussion.
Corey, you have your hand raised.
Corey, I see a hand there.
Yeah, can you tell us about the programs that are not going to meet the threshold test? Or is it still too soon to tell on that?
It is too soon to tell. After hearing concerns and conducting the survey, we're trying to work with, frankly, what we have. Some of the codified guidelines cannot be changed on short notice. It has to go through that process. But we are trying to work with what we have to provide maximum consideration and flexibility to grantees.
I had a question in terms of how many attorneys were in place outside of recruiting that are able to meet the need of the clients. For all applicants, or any particular one that you may want to highlight, that would be helpful.
I'm sorry, Pamela, the sound was going in and out of it. Could you repeat your question?
Oh, my question was how many attorneys were in place outside of recruiting for all of the programs, or any particular program that you may want to highlight? Outside of recruiting is the key word. And then how many attorneys did they have already in place that were able to do the work for the client?
Okay, correct. The survey didn't ask those particular metrics,
okay,
but I can share, I'm pulling up the survey here, some of the particular narratives.
Emma, are you talking about staff attorneys? Like who's on staff rather than pro bono?
Yes, how many, just how many, because she mentioned that word that they weren't able to recruit, but there's still some in-house that do the work. So if that was a...
Do you mean like volunteer attorneys who are already volunteering with them?
Yeah, whatever, it doesn't matter. Outside of recruiting, check recruiting out of the equation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have here the question in the survey was, do you have any current pro bono volunteers who are not able to take cases or provide services March to December of 2020 for any reason? One organization, we estimate that there were nearly 60 volunteers a week who were not able to volunteer with our agency as a result of COVID. Another organization said 10, dozens, 40 to 50, 20, 3 firms. Difficult to estimate because of the fluidity of the situation. 10, roughly 40, approximately 30, 10 or so from one firm, 30, 5, 3 to 4, 6. And the final one, we had 116 fewer volunteers provide services during that period compared to the same period in 2019.
Okay, then should my question be how many attorneys were able to do any work at all? Is that a better question?
Yeah, that would not have been captured in this particular survey.
Okay, can you, that's a question that will be helpful.
Mm-hmm. I'm making a note of that.
Okay.
Corey, you have a comment?
Yeah, I think this is a pretty reasonable response to the effect on volunteers. I think that it's not surprising at all that volunteer ability to recruit and maintain volunteers has fallen. I mean, there's the issues that are raised in the survey and mentioned, but also I think aside from some of the survey responses on technological problems, there's also the fact that, of course, all of your volunteer attorneys who have kids are now desperately busy, and you know, or people are dealing with potentially sick family members, that there's just not the same bandwidth amongst volunteers. The only question I have kind of for the group is with this motion and the way that it's written, do we want to say expansive view generally, or just expansive view for those that have a history of previous allocations? And I'm not sure about that, so wondering what people think about that.
Yeah, I will just note I had somewhat of the same concern, because I do worry about with the language of it just saying expansive view is.
How broad is that supposed to be?
Yeah, exactly. Like, what do we do with organizations that don't necessarily have a history of pro bono allocation, have intentions but haven't sort of established themselves, and we say it's expansive, you know? I think
what particular program maybe that I could think of that had some dubious pro bono claims in the past. Yeah, just to make sure that, and I mean, you could still give ourselves leeway and just say it will, you know, that we encourage people to take advantage of it, and that we will especially consider taking expansive view when there's a history. I just don't want to make it end up in a situation where a program is denied based and then it's, well, you said you were gonna look at everything expansively. Yeah. And maybe that's not a worry, and if staff wants to chime in, and that would be great. Like I said, I'm not sure what the answer is. I'm just wanted to raise it.
In prior meetings, we've conducted the ERCs where we said as committee members we did last year. Committee members separately discussed and based decisions on whether they were funding actually based on the policies that we have in play. So it wasn't just one item that determined yay or nay, but it was a collection of thought, collection of rules, statutes, and things that made or gave us that decision. So it wasn't considered lightly at all, but we took great detail in hearing the client, discussing what specifics they could describe better, and just, you know, utilizing all those skills to come to a decision.
Yeah, that's a good point. Calvin, you had a comment?
So just to the point around the use of the word expansive, is the word flexible sort of, you know, we're going to be flexible. That doesn't imply it has to be the most expanded view, right? Which I think maybe got to the point of like, we don't want it to be like, you said you were going to be expansive and now you can't deny this because you didn't take the most expansive view, but you're just going to be flexible in terms of looking at it, which is what I really think you're saying.
Yeah, I think that would probably take care of my concerns.
Yeah, I mean, I'll just make 2 points. One is, even without this motion, we have a certain amount of discretion under test C. So it's not as if absent this motion, we can't, you know, we don't have the ability to address what the narratives come in. And I also would just like us to keep in mind what it is we're trying to address. You know, are we trying to address organizations that generally have the allocation and have suffered during 2020 because of the COVID-19? Or are we also trying to address organizations that maybe don't have it historically, but would have tried if they could have during 2020? So that's something else. But flexible, I think, is a good word. And it looks like, Louise, did you want to say, you had a comment that you think flexible is a better word?
Yeah, I was thinking flexible before Catherine said it. Something that gives us, you know, wiggle room, but expansive kind of, I think, makes it too broad.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, Zahira, I saw you have your hand raised.
Thank you. You know, I just wanted to kind of speak to the point that you raised, Erica, in terms of like what we're trying to solve for. And I do wonder if part of this, and it looked like, you know, based on some of the provisions related to it, also have to do with some of those communities like rural communities where there are fewer attorneys anyway. And then when we kind of get to the second level, those who might have been on board, there's just less ability to be able to kind of have those attorneys work with you. And so, yeah, so I don't know where that kind of fits in, and maybe that's just all wrapped up into flexible in terms of what the overall goal is. But it just made me think, like, is there, you know, are there some considerations related to rural communities versus large urban communities that we should be considering? And it may just be the placeholder of flexible, and we have a conversation later, but I just wanted to make sure to raise it as kind of getting to your point of, you know, what are we trying to solve for?
Yeah.
Yeah. Thanks, Zahira. And that's something that's definitely on our radar for when this whole pro bono allocation goes before the Rules Committee later this year, is addressing specifically some of the issues with the rural organizations and service providers. But for now, we're working with, you know, what we're going to do with the current applications that are going out in April, and providing some general guidelines, and then also reminders to the commission about Test C and how that's in there. For a lot of organizations may not squarely fit within A and B, but are doing significant pro bono work. And we want to assist them in being able to explain to our satisfaction how that is their primary means of providing legal services as required under the IOLTA statute.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I think, Sarah, to your point, like, at least we have some precedent that in the past we've used kind of the rural community-like concerns as a way to allocate under the Test C, but it is something that we need to keep in mind. And to your point, like, to address this like flexible, maybe the language is enough to give us some space, but I worried about expansive because it just felt a little too all-encompassing. Yeah. Other comments? So we're kind of running a little short on time, but I don't want to rush people if there's other concerns about the language. Hearing none and seeing no raised hands, would anybody like to move? I'm happy to make a motion to adopt the, oh wait, one other thing I think is consideration under Test C should be given. I think we want to say will be given.
Okay.
Is that okay with everybody? Yeah. Okay. With that change, I'll make the motion to adopt the resolution that is stated on the provided there.
I'll second.
Looks like Corey got in before Louise. Okay, can we take a roll call vote?
Sure. Connolly?
Yes.
McCloskey? Fightmaster?
Yes.
Bennett?
Yes.
Blakemore?
Yes.
DeBose?
Yes.
Delfino? Friedman?
Yes.
Mann?
Yes.
Meeker?
Yes.
Myers? Planthold? Savage?
Yes.
The motion passes.
I'll stop sharing.
Okay, great. So in the last few minutes that we have, it looks like we have a couple more things that are just sort of more information and setting up for a discussion for us to have on our next meeting. So Erica, do you want to?
Sure.
address those two?
Yep. So just want to run really quickly through the application cycle that's coming up. So our impact litigation and advocacy work reports are due in a couple weeks. For those who've been on the committee in the past, you know that organizations report on their impact and advocacy work in order for staff to take a look in the committee to see if it's qualified expenditures or not. Depending on the committee's determination, they can either count it as part of their qualified expenditures in their application or would have to deduct that from their qualified expenditures. And so the committee meeting pertaining to that will be on May 7th. Starting in May, there will be a committee meeting every month for the next 4 months. So that's sort of like the kickoff for the application process. And also during that time, we're planning a webinar for new applicants to give them an overview of IOLTA EAF and some of the major requirements as an intro to help with the application process. And then the application will be released on April 2nd. We're planning on hopefully having another brief webinar on application specifics for where organizations sort of have hangups or where staff usually needs to follow up with them. And then, as was mentioned earlier, May 1st is the audit deadline. At the last commission meeting, staff was granted the ability to provide extensions up until May 31st. So hopefully, if that's necessary, that'll ameliorate some of the issues that we had last year with having to come back to the committee multiple times requesting those extensions. And then in June, we'll start the meetings in earnest of the applications themselves, where we'll deal with things like the pro bono allocation that Judy just mentioned, primary purpose, and any major eligibility concerns. So we're hoping that now that it's spaced out a bit more this year, that we'll be able to have a more measured, thorough review process, which that was comprehensive last year. It was very crunched for time. And so we're hoping that this will be better for everybody this year. So those are kind of what you can expect coming up in the next few months. And we had also wanted to talk about your expectations for eligibility review conferences. And there's obviously not time for that today, but if for those who participated in the past, if you could think for next meeting, we'll put it back on the agenda for sort of hearing some feedback about your experiences and what worked and what didn't, so we can plan for this year.
Great. Yeah, I think on that point, just one of the things to think about is there ways for staff to flag for us whether there are meetings that might be less necessary or more necessary and that kind of stuff. Is there, whether we want some screening or anything like that. So just wanted to address that. It is now noon. Should we move to adjourn and then jump on over to our next meeting? Thank you, everybody. I appreciate everybody's attention and engagement on this. I appreciate we got through a lot of stuff.
Thank you.
Great questions. Keep them coming.
Good job, Erica.
Totally.
That's great.
Yeah, exactly. All right. See you all in a minute or two.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye-bye.